Happy Wisdom Wednesday. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Uncle. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. It's all about the singles tonight. Got a few things to say about being content and comfortable in it. It's a different world out here right now. For those of you that are dating, single, however single or whatever single looks like for you. Hi, James. Hi, Joy. How are you, dear? Thanks for joining tonight. Hopefully it's going to be some information shared, or you can all, drop some nuggets as well. That is going to help, clear out some concerns and issues that you may be having in the area of dating. The streets aren't kind. They really aren't kind nowadays. And we kind of come from different perspectives as well. Some of us have been married and then we're re-entering the dating world. Wow. I am well. Thank you for asking, Joy. I am really acting grown out here tonight. Hi, Pam. Hello, Wanda Canty. We need to talk, lady. Wanda, you're married. I know it's all about the singles tonight, but you know what it's like and how it used to be before you crossed over and jumped the room, woman. I know you do. So for those single friends of yours that may find this topic tonight interesting, by all means, please share. Like, love, go crazy on that love button. Any concerns that you have, be sure to say something. Put it out. Let's voice the opinions so we can rectify. The season's coming in where people tend to get cabin fever. Get cabin fever during the winter months, and we are now entering that. And sometimes we make decisions that might be a little bit altering. You want to find love, Joy? Honey, girl, I'm with you. It's not so easy. Love you too, Wanda. However, it's all about strategizing and knowing what you want, standing firm on those things, and taking the initiative to do the work that's necessary to meet him or her. It's not going to be a walk in the park. You say you're lonely and bored. Oh my gosh. See, we've already jumped in hard and heavy. Joy, we're going to work on that, girl. Hello, Medicine. So nice to see you, Ambra. I'm trying to do all these likes, and I've got the nerve tonight to be on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. Hi, Donna. So, for those of you who don't know who I am Valerie Miller, the Valerie Miller of TVM. And it's not just TVM for the Valerie Miller. It's also this very moment. You have the option to change your life whenever you decide. So it's a double fold to TVM. And we make choices in life to where it really makes a difference. Hi, cuz. Deborah Dixon. Welcome to the room. Happy Wisdom Wednesday. And our Let's Talk About It segment tonight is all about the singles and dating. Being married before, having to start over in comparison. If you notice the flyer that I have out this week, it has Living Single. All of the cast from Living Single on there. And it is so imperative. And it makes sense to do that. Because if we go back to the 90s and look at what dating looked like back then, oh my gosh. We thought it was tough then. Absolutely not. Oh no. It's of no comparison to what it is like now. The streets are not kind. You don't know who you're meeting, what the background is. It's tough questions. So do not hesitate. Ask your questions. Make sure that any question that you have, and Sparrow World out here, all sparrows, be sure to put your questions and comments, list them. So I know what your concerns are, And I'm also going to raffle off 30 minutes for you to have a private session with me. 30 minutes. Now, I know I said before that I can change your life in 15 minutes. So if I can change your life in 15 minutes, can you imagine what I can do in 30? So, and that's all about the grace. It's never me. So, whatever your dating concerns are, then and present, in order to change your future, it's about all the work that's going to have to take place right now. We're going into boo season. If you notice, I said it on my audio earlier. I said it's going to be boo season. And that's what the fall is, going into the winter, because nobody likes to be alone. Nobody. And sometimes, due to that fact, we don't make the right decisions. So if you're interested in possibly getting that 30 minutes with me, a private talk time, then by all means, all you have to do with that is engage in the session tonight. Acknowledge the fact, so write it in comments. Say, hey girl, I would love to have a 30-minute with you. And share. I'll be able to see if you shared. I can see the acknowledgement, and I can also see if you engaged tonight. So that's basically all you have to do. Hi Kim, thanks for joining. So it's rather interesting for all of my friends of you who are married and in the room. Your opinion counts. Share what you did and how you managed to get out of that life. Because that single life is something. It's something. However, it's also a blessing at the same time. Don't be in such a hurry to get out of it. It's grace being in it and having a single life. And for me, I'm back in it. Granted, you know, it's been 12 years since my divorce. However, oh my gosh. Yes, the topic tonight is being content or comfortable within your status. What does your single look like? We have such a universal outlook on that. It's unscripted relationships. They're the reasons behind dating. It's now again with dating again. Got married, loved it, didn't work out, you're divorced. So now you're having to date again. The joys of that. So on top of having to re-enter, you know, the world, now you have kids to think about. Who are you going to bring around your children? Who's going to cut it? Your perspective, has it changed? It's got to on some level. So, yes, go for it. Let me know what your concerns are. Let me know what your feelings are with dating today, because it's nothing like it was back in the 90s. The 90s was a walk in the park compared to what it is right now. Joy says the joys of weeding out the clowns. Well, that's all a part of the fun, Joy. You know, you have to be open-minded and be prepared for whatever comes down the pike. You know, it also starts with the assessment with yourself, of knowing exactly what you want, what you're looking for. Be specific. It's no time for settling. Life is to be enjoyed. You want to have someone in your life that you can include in your life. Not someone that's going to cause you mischief. Because, you know, love is a wonderful thing. However, it's continual work. It's work to be in a relationship. And just make sure you're prepared for it when it comes. So be grateful for the clowns. Just have the necessary tools in place to weed them out accordingly. But dating is fun. That's what it's meant for. You're getting to know someone else. You're interviewing the person you want to include in your life. Wanda Canty, she says, please don't lower your standards and settle just to have a man. Amen 25,000 times, Wanda. It's imperative. And that's the whole point of me bringing up boo season. This is boo season. And for that very reason, not wanting to be alone, this is what's been happening. You settle for the first one that comes around that shows some attention, that might say something that piques your interest. However, it's 30 things that he or she has done that does not qualify. And then we tend to ignore those things. Let's not ignore them. Pay strong attention to those things. To remind yourself how good you are. to remind yourself what your worth is, to remind yourself of your value and what you have to offer, especially when you have children involved. Be mindful of who you're bringing around your children, because it sets the tone for them. What else concerns you? Hi, Tiffany. Thank you for coming on. And the flyer looks fabulous. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's too many things that you have to take a look at when you are incorporating someone into your life. And that's how I look at it. A lot of people say, well, I want to be in an exclusive relationship. There is no exclusive for me. It's inclusive. And it's just something I really wrote a lot about in one of my books. Number 3, actually. It's not even in the second book. I didn't talk about it in the first one, but it will be spoken on more in the third, for the simple fact you're including people in your life. It's not like you're changing for them. You're including them in. It's things about you that they enjoy. It's things about you that they love. That's why they chose you to spend time with. However, when you start altering yourself, now be flexible. The things that you have, you've grown to be this person, and you're doing something that irritates the person that you actually care about, then be flexible in that space. Yeah, you want to make adjustments. But when it comes to hold, fasting, and changing, that's tough. When it starts changing the core of who you are, it's time for an assessment. It's time for an assessment for that. Burke County. I don't know about Burke County, Joy. Oh, and you work with some mental health, substance area. Okay. Okay. Well, that really means that you have to be very, very careful. You want someone who's loving and kind and patient, so when you get home, you can have some peace at the house. So dating outside the county, dating outside the country, well, that's really pushing it. But, well, I did it. It's not too far-fetched. I did it. And got married. In about a year and a half. If I could go back, I could change some things of how that happened. Things probably could have been better if it was more time spent. But that's a little difficult when you're in different time zones, when you're in different countries. So this is when the representative shows up. But don't feel like you're strict and stuck into a specific area of where you live. Broaden your horizon on that. Step out. Go somewhere different. Do something different. What are you doing? What's your entertainment? So when I say what does your single look like, what are you doing every day? What do you go on the weekend? Are you doing the same repetitive things? Are you going someplace different? Are you entertaining hobbies? Those are some questions that, you should probably take a look at when it comes to that. Hi, Henry. How are you tonight, sir? Okay, so be mindful of that. If you've noticed that the challenge for this month is Optimistic October. And by being Optimistic October, the challenge itself is having fun. Doing the things you really didn't have the opportunity to do because you had the kids, at home for summer, it's all that stuff. You had family vacations. Now, kids are back in school, do some fun things for yourself. Going to the spa, checking out the carnivals, going places you haven't been for a while. That is what I'm saying to do. Step outside of your comfort zone. If you truly want to change your status, it's all up to you in order to do it. It's really your decision. And I know me, Isolation Island is kind of where I've been for a while, especially with, launching a new business and things like that. So even looking from that standpoint, who do you incorporate in your life when you are starting such a whirlwind? Something like starting a business. Is the person that's in your life currently, are they strong enough to handle it? The late hours, all the flexibility, the mood changes. So it's so much that comes and goes with that. Be mindful of it. Be mindful of that. So Joy, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot. Hi Liz, welcome to the room. I'm going to put you on the spot, Joy. What does your fun look like over the weekends? And I know for sure you have that gorgeous little Nicholas. So, when you have time, what do you do? Where do you go? And what does fun look like? Does it include Nicholas or does it not? When you are out there, because you have to make yourself available for the type of individuals that you're willing to meet. Topic tonight, Liz, I'm going to give Joy a couple of moments to respond here. I should have had her come on live. But the topic is being content and comfortable. Which are you when it comes to your singleness? If you're single, we haven't talked in so long, Liz. I'm not sure if you're single or not, dear. However, that's what the topic is on tonight. It's more tailored toward singles and what is taking place in your single life, in your divorced life, in your separated life, whatever your life look like when it comes to a vision of singleness. Okay, James. James, you're saying that you have to date a woman long enough to see what they like and don't like. 10 years before. Okay, you wrote a long note. I got to click on it to finish reading it, James. Okay. Don't take 10 years before you marry him or her. Great. I'm getting your relationship. Okay, got it. It doesn't take that long, James. You're right. It doesn't take that long. What I can say, using my parents as example, mom and dad met. They knew each other through family and friends. Hi, Jerome. Welcome to the room tonight, sir. And mom and dad met, dated for 6 weeks, got married, and have been married for 52 years. So it goes to show it doesn't take that long. In the words of my dad, he said, when you know, you know. And when you know, why not? That's what my dad said to me. He said, when you love somebody, you just know it. And when you love them, they are worth it. They're worth the work. They're worth the time. That's what my daddy said. And I believe it. The older I get, the more I believe that. Jerome, you're a married guy. I would love to hear another male perspective. Thank you for that, James. You know, being married or in a relationship for a long period of time, what information or what advice would you share for all of us singles out here who's been married before, or single, never married, but want to be? How do you go about meeting the ideal person? That's the question I pose to you, Jerome. What are your thoughts? Keep family out of your marriage. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you for saying those words. Thank you. Because you marry the person, not the family. The family becomes a part of your extended family, for sure. But they are not the sounding board. Oh my gosh. Moment of confession. That happened with me, with the mother-in-law. You know, but now ex-husband, and it's the reason why he's an ex, you know, would talk to his mother about things when it came to me. Rather than him talking to me about it, he talked to his mom. And then on top of that, hi Shatavia, on top of that, instead of the mother saying, hey, you should be talking to your wife about that, she didn't say that. So that's when I had, you know, a couple of words, very kind and respectful, you know, and I just let her know, you know your son as your son. I know your son as his wife. It's a difference. So the advice that you're sharing, unless you're talking to both of us, is really tough. 22 years of marriage? Wow. Now you're divorced. Divorced for how long, Jerome? 22 years of marriage? That's something. That is something. And, you know, it's commendable. But then 22 years to be with somebody and then it's over. You're divorced. And you're having to start over again. And like I said at the beginning of the night, these streets are not kind. They are not. Dating today is nothing like it used to be. We complained you know, about, oh my gosh, it's so hard to date. Oh my goodness, this and that. Today, you almost have to hire a service. And I'm not far away from it. I mean, someone literally to pick my top 3 and let me pick from there. So you've been divorced for 2 years, Jerome? Wow, I'm at a loss for words. 22 years. It's heartbreaking. However, when you know, you know. Congratulations if it was a good thing. If that works for you, congratulations. But the thing is, you have a blessing to do it a second time around. And I'm excited about the second time around. I really am. Because of all the things learned, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about it. And implementing things that I've learned about myself. Because I mentioned before, Isolation Island. When you put yourself out there and you reassess everything. Hi, Belton Robinson. Thank you for showing up tonight. And I find joy in reassessing me. I don't know about you. A lot of people don't like to spend time alone. I actually embrace that. Love it. It's the best thing ever. Because you learn more about yourself. You can play back the relationship. You can see where there were good things. You can see where there were bad things. You can see where you could have done things different, because it's not always about the other person. You can't always point the finger at that other person and say it was all about them. Because anytime someone show up in my life and they start saying those things and blaming somebody else, and I turn the question around and say, well, what was your contribution? What could you have done different in the relationship? How would you pinpoint and say one person was a demise of a relationship? It takes 2. So those are like red flag radars that I personally look for when someone starts, you know, finger pointing, because we all have our, you know, our contributions. Velton, you've been married for a long time. You and cousin have been married a long time. What's one piece of advice would you share with sparrows out here about today? What would you say that the longevity is in relationships, and when you're seeking to meet someone that's perfect for you? I would love to hear your perspective. That is always good. Because it's no fun. It is no fun. When you start looking at it, it's different types of relationships. You have divorce relationships. You have, you know, more open and free to talk about gay relationships now. You know, it happens. And in every category of status, you're going to get the same thing. We all have the same issues. It's meeting the right person. But in order to meet the right person, you have to be able to know who you are. What are you bringing to the table? What are you expecting and looking for? Those types of things. So it's all about assessments. What do you want? What are you looking for? What do you expect? How you expect to get where you want to be? What's the status that you're aiming for? That is the main goal for tonight. The main goal. So like I said, be sure, play it over in your mind, question why you're where you are, how did you get there? Is that someplace you're content with? Is it something you want to change? If you want to go about changing what your current status is, by all means, what are you willing to do? Are you going to do the work to get there, to change your status? Or are you willing to just throw in the towel and just be comfortable there? I know for a fact I'm not. Hello, Thomas. Thank you for joining. There's never going to be a place I'm content with. And, you know, just staying where I am today. Because my life is changing. There's things happening in my life. Who doesn't want to have somebody to enjoy those moments with? We all do. Holidays are coming up. You start feeling some kind of way with the holidays coming up, with the parties and all of the things. What are you willing to do? I want out of this rat race. This is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy beyond imagination. So for those of you who are married, congratulations. Do everything within your power to stay that way. Because again, the streets are not kind in the dating world, especially when you've gotten out of the game, the whole rat race of it all, and then you're in a relationship, you get married, you get through all of the processes and you get married, then it ends. Oh my gosh. And then you're thrown back in this space again. And then nobody tells you how the game changes over the time. It's unbelievable. And some of the stories I hear from clients are so much worse than the ones I have for myself. So much worse. However, it's nothing that I'm not willing to do. I'm willing to stretch myself. I'm willing to do some things that are different. I'm willing to go the extra mile. Most definitely. Welcome in all of the additional sparrows popping in. I see Bridget Nail. Hi, girl. Stephanie Whitaker. Welcome. And, of course, the topic tonight is, honey, it's about dating today and being single. What does your single look like? If you have friends, if you have family that are having those communion conversations with you, talking about they're tired of this, how can I get out of that? Be sure to share this. Share it. I'm giving away actually a drawing next week, and I'm going to gauge who engage in the room tonight. I'm going to see who shares tonight. Like and love. Go crazy on the love button. If you have any topic or some concern when it comes to your dating status, write it in comments. Let's talk about it. I'm probably going to stay on for another 15-20 minutes, but let's see what we can talk about. Stephanie, you want to come on? You want to come on? Bridget says, can I get a date still? Married folk need to date each other as well. Absolutely. Why are you not dating, Bridget? You have to have date night. That's a whole different topic. You cannot stop. Yes, dating is extremely hard for single people. However, married people, I want you to be able to remain married, and you do that by continuing to date. Work out a date night. Hire yourself a babysitter. One night a week, or maybe twice a month. So that's what I'm saying. Oh no, I love being married. I absolutely did. But I promise you this, I know for a fact I married the wrong guy. Hallelujah. And thank God every day of being free for the past 12 years. Bridget, we probably need to talk offline. If you want a 30-minute session with me, girl, you need to go ahead and share this video. Continue to engage within and acknowledge the fact that you would like to have that 30 minutes. I'm going to do a drawing and announce who the winner is next Wisdom Wednesday. Next week. Stephanie, your phone's freezing up. I would love to bring you on. Anybody who wants to speak live and wants me to invite them in, I will invite you in so we can talk freely. I most certainly will. Let me know when your phone's no longer freezing, Stephanie. I love you more, Bridget. Share the video and I'll put you in for the drawing. Thank you so much. Get back to work, and I love you more. So yeah, dating today is a job. It's a job. And it's one that you need to have your resume tight for. You need to be specific about what you're looking for. You need to make sure that you are prepared for what you're asking for. Be certain about what you bring to the table. Hi, Thelma Blackwell. Hi, dear. I love you since forever and forever and forevermore. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Thelma. We're talking about what does your single look like and dating today. It's a job. It's a job. and you need to have the energy for it. Be specific about it. Know what you want. Be passionate, excited. Everything you want for yourself and you feel it in your heart, you deserve to have that. But be mindful and honest with yourself. What can you bring? What can you bring to any relationship? It's not like it was when we graduated high school or college and it's just us. We didn't have kids. You know, that was a different look. Today, at the 49-ish, knocking on 50, oh my God. It's a different look for dating. And it's not one I never imagined myself to be a part of. Guess what? I'm right in the middle of it. And guess what else? I won't say I don't like it because it's definitely entertaining. It's keeping me up on my game. Yes. Thelma up here bragging on her 26-year-old relationship. I am loving that. I'm going to give you a heart on that one, girl. It's still going strong by the mercy of God. I'm blowing you a kiss on that. Now share some of the nuggets that, you know, what is it taking for you for a 26-year relationship and going strong? You didn't jump the broom. Why? I would love, you want to come online, Thelma? You've got some things to say? I'll invite you in. It is very interesting because it's not always, relationships don't always lead to the altar. Everybody doesn't want to be married. Everybody doesn't want that. But you have to determine what your relationship looks like, what you want it to be. Only you can sculpt it. Your decision, your life, and you live it the way you please. Nobody's business. And I know Jerome mentioned it earlier. Keep other people out of your business. Very, very interesting. Hey, Carly. Hey, doll. So dating is really not, is to me, I won't say it's a bad thing. It is not. It's a gift within itself. And hi, Harold Jackson. It's a gift within itself. Also, it's what you make of it. It's all your decision. Your decision and yours alone. What does it look like? You sculpt the picture you want. That is it. That is it. And I know what I want, and I'm not willing to settle for it. Hi, Harold. So good to see you, and thanks for coming on. Thelma's saying, okay, she said she don't have time for a full testimony, but I will say this. Faith, trust, honesty. Okay, what is that? I got to hit. It's saying see more, Thelma. But I will say this, faith, trust, honesty, a little good arguing, never hurt nobody, laugh out loud. Yeah, you got to be fussing and stuff, you know, and voice your opinions in order to make up. Making up is fun. That's one of the best parts. I love you more, girl. Yes, you got to hash it out every once in a while to get your point across. It doesn't hurt anything. Mwah, to you, Harold. Thank you so much. What are you saying out there, Harold? How's it dating? You know, what's it look like in your world? So, talk to me. What's it look like? Like I said, you know, we got, you know, uncategorized relationships. It's so much that we all have to look at. Paint your picture your way. I don't care. It's none of my business. Because at the end of the day, as long as you're happy, I'm happy for you. As long as I'm happy, I'm on top of the world. Trust me. Fabulous and on top. And it's one of those things I absolutely enjoy about dating. And, you know, everybody you date isn't going to be for you. And if we go into dating with the mindset saying, hey, you know what? I want to go out tonight. I want to have fun with this person because I like them because of this, 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 and this. Not because I planned out somebody I just met a week ago and I have him or I have her at the altar by the end of the week. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't even fathom that. But there are some people who have that type of an imagination. So just enjoy the walk, the ride, the time with that person. And James, Caldwell, I know you said, it doesn't take 10 years. No, it doesn't take 10 years. But definitely take the time to get to know the person that you're spending time with, because time is precious. It's precious, and I won't say waste my time, but I don't want to invest my time with somebody who isn't mindful of it or doesn't respect my time, doesn't have the right intentions with me. I ask all the hard questions and stuff up front, and I don't mean like a drill sergeant question. Of course, I just talk about it. Harold Jackson says he has a significant other and they dated before a commitment. Yes, date. The more you date the person, the better you get to know the person. That's the key. Spending time. The more time you spend with the person, the less questions you have to ask. So the people who feel like they need to ask 25 questions, because you're talking on the phone for a half an hour, you're going about that wrong. Go on a date. And I mean active dates. I don't mean going out to dinner and catching a movie. Dinner you can talk, yes. A movie you can't talk. Go to places where you can actually talk, engage in conversation. Do those types of things. Active dates. Go skating or something. Drive some bumper cars or something. Make it fun. Do things to actually get to know the person. See how they act around other people. Talk to them. Hang around family. Okay, James, I see what you're saying. Hello, Alma. Good to see you, doll. Thank you for dropping by. Alma, I almost brought you on, dear. You want to come on? You've been married for a long time. You can talk about it. I love talking to married couples. I love it. I absolutely love it, because that's where you get nuggets. I love hanging out with my married friends more than I do with my single friends, because that's where you get all your jewels. Those and seniors. Senior citizens are my favorites. My absolute favorites. So James, you're saying you dated for about 10 to 11 years and you've been married for 13 years. It hadn't been a rocky road when you're fussing and yelling at one another. Okay, relationships last a long time. It's what you make of it. Absolutely. That's what my dad said. If you love the person, you will do the work. You will do the work and you work it out however you need to do that. And I'm actually getting quite a few married people in here tonight. I love that, because all of my blessed and married individuals. Hi, Sylvia Pons. Thank you for coming by, beautiful. So good to see you. But, and looking at dating is all of what you make it. I make it fun. This is my opportunity to try different restaurants. It's my opportunity to go to places I've been wanting to go. I just go with different people, and you just don't want to just be stuck on one person. And I say that because you don't put all your eggs in a basket. Be decent about it, not just out there frivolous and just dating just for the sake of dating. Date with purpose. Be honest about what you're dating for, what your intentions are, what your goals are set for. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a position some time later, and it may not look like what you want, because you cannot go backwards with time. You cannot. So whenever you are serious and you want to head toward the altar, if you want to date and not get married, put that on the table right away. Do not take the option of the other person. Let them choose what they want for their lives. Let them choose that. Don't make a decision for them. Because I've had That happened to me a couple of times. You know? Harold Jackson. Yeah, dating is awesome. You get to know things about each other too. Okay? That's true. You need to know everything you can about a person. You can. Doing that, it is awesome. I can't say I've ever had a bad experience with dating. Now, I've set some things up to get myself out of a date if I wasn't certain about going in the first place. But I can always eat. I'm going to say that. Angie Harrison. Hey, sister friends. Ebony Dancy. Hey, girl. Welcome to the room. I'm talking to all my singles tonight. And talking about dating today. What does your single look like? But I absolutely enjoy dating. Trust me, I've been to the best restaurants around the city. I have a list, and I'm letting cats out of the bag of things that I've done, that I've written for book 3. Talking about those love lessons and how dating is a wonderful thing. It's not the end of the world. Yes. Donna, how soon should you move in? Ooh. Ooh. How well do you know them? Moving in is major, Donna. That's life-changing. That's the ultimate. That's step just before marriage. Did he put a ring on it? Donna, you have a ring? Or are you just talking about moving in? And if, Donna, we need to talk more. You can't just put that out there and leave it hanging. What else, Donna? Say more. Because if you're asking me a direct question, I'm not going to move in too quick. That's always been something I have drawn that fine line on. You know, when you start talking about moving in, shacking up, living as if we're married, let's put a ring on it, set a date, and I'm all in. I'm all in. If that's what you're looking for. That would be what I would be looking for. Hi, Becky. Becky Johnson. So, yeah. So, okay, Donna, you're saying you're talking about it. Not yet. How long have you dated this person? That's going to be a key question. You know, if you dated for a while, you feel comfortable, you know, all of the key questions. Do you have children involved? You know, how many other lives are going to be affected by your decision of moving in with this person? Is it just you? Is this what you want? So, I would love to talk to you, Donna. You're juicy. So, don't want to be married. Well, that's a different topic. If you don't want to be married, he don't want to be married, then look at it for what it is. Look at it for what it is. Is something just a permanent long-term situation? Do you love this person? Are you both on the same page with finances? How you want to do that? So you have to look at the full picture as if you are married, whether if you take that leap or not. It's still a side-by-side comparison. Okay. You're fabulous. Now you have me curious, though. Your juicy conversation, Donna. Yes. However, for all of you who would be interested in possibly putting your name in the hat for the drawing, I'm going to be doing a drawing for a 30-minute session for free with me. And all you basically have to do is share this post from tonight, share it, and engage. And what else did I say? Acknowledge the fact that you would like to be put in the drawing. Those 3 things. Because, you know, like I said, it's so many clients that I've spoken with, and some of the stories I hear are amazing. Definitely inbox me, Donna. But, you know, it's all about understanding you're single. When I say, what does your singleness look like Donna said, she don't want to be married. And the person she's dating, she's interested, and, you know, they're talking about moving in. So since neither want to be married, and that's what would tickle your fancy, I'll say go for it. Once you know that you're prepared, that's what's going to make you happy, why not? Live your life, the way you want to construct it. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just an ear. That is it. But I personally, dating, it can be exhausting. You need to make time for it. You need to be focused on it. Know what your intentions are. Listen to what the intention is for the person that you are interested in dating. However, you're going to narrow down your process. In the beginning, hello, why not? Hi, Pandora. And be specific about what it is that you want and strategize about going about getting what your needs are met. That's what's important at the end of the day. Conversation and more conversation. Conversation's key, and making sure that you're both traveling in the same direction. Like for me, I try my best. There's that try again. I'm working on not saying try. So I do my very best to go about when I decide to date. Because right now I'm on isolation island. I can't date and build business and stay focused all at the same time. Now I can go out if I feel like it. But in all honesty, there isn't anybody that I've met that I'm focused on work. Okay? And there has been a re-entry of somebody that I talked to extremely a lot, a whole lot. And he is all the way fabulous. I will give him that. And it's somebody that's been around many years ago, and now we've come back full circle. That I'm entertaining. However, I can't say that I'm in a situation. I'm free as a bird. However, my choice is focused on my building of my career and what I'm doing right now. He's a big part of that because he's my sounding board. So love and respect him. He can bring great information, great person to talk to. And sometimes that's what we need during transitions of situations, because I'm coming out of a 7-year relationship or situation with someone. After that, take your time. I'm taking my time on that. I'm taking my time. You just don't want to jump out of one thing and directly into another situation, because you need to have time to heal. You need to have time to assess that situation. You need to have time to really take the layers off. Assess that. Understand what's been going on within my life. So the things that I can do better, I'm going to do better. The things that I'd like to see different this time around, oh yes, it's at the top of my priority list. And knowing specifically of what's happening. That's where I am with that. So isolation island, fabulous for me. Fabulous for me. And having a companion just to talk to when I want to. And, great. I cannot complain about any space of my life right now. So a lot of transition in it. I embrace it all. And that's how you have to look at dating, the same thing. Embrace it. Sheila Thrift. Hey, woman. Hi. How are you doing? Thank you for dropping in. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, that's what it is. Sheila, you and Jack have been married for almost ever. Almost ever. I think you should probably drop a nugget into the room, Sheila, because share one thing, if you wouldn't mind. Sheila is my sister from way back in the day. We worked together at USA Today when I lived in Charlotte, some years ago. And she's just somebody I love and respect like that. And she met and married Jack, and I remember those times. So Sheila, what is one thing that you would give as advice to a single person dating today, considering you and Jack have been married forever? Do that for me. Drop it in the room if you're not shy. If you're not shy, Sheila. But yeah, it's so many, you know, it's unorthodox. You never know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get when you meet somebody new. They don't know you just like you don't know them. So if nobody's taking the initiative to do the things to get to know each other, like Harold was saying earlier, you spend time, actually date. And then I had Bridget on earlier, and she was saying, you know, it's tough being single and dating. However, you still, when you get married, you still have to date. Now that I actually loved, you know, when I was married, oh yeah, I look forward to date night. Date night is when you can put everything else aside and you can actually enjoy that person. Enjoy your husband, enjoy your wife, or do whatever you have to do. Have fun. Have fun. Keep fun in your relationship. I mean, the bills can come, you know, all of the other things, the kids, you know, everything, responsibilities take over. However, come to a screeching halt when it comes to spending time together. That's what I'm saying when it comes to that. Keeping televisions out of the bedroom. I know that's a fight for some people. But for the longest time, I didn't have one in the bedroom. And when married, didn't have one in the bedroom. Because in the bedroom, that's not what you're in there for. That's your oasis. That's time for you and your guy or you and your gal. That's, no, it's too many things you can do in there. Television and watching, that's what you have dens for, you know. Your man cave, you know. Not in the bedroom. It's time to, that's your space of character, okay? Character, have fun, you know, some caviar moments. I'm just saying. So, yeah. Don't be quiet out there, sparrows. Drop some questions or something hypothetical. Tell me about a date you went on. Tell me something that stood out to be not quite right or something that you actually liked while on a date. It's been a minute for me. Like I said, coming out of something for 7 years. Oh my gosh, you just get caught up in the rapture of things and it just becomes routine. You know, that I didn't like. Because I like to get out and have a good time. This person would like to stay at the house and want to be booed up all the time. No, I want to go outside. I want to get some fresh air. I want to see what's new and happening in the area. I'll just go for a simple walk. Get out of the house. Do some great things. Spend time with your special person. And if you're working toward, you know, narrowing down to have that special person, then my gosh, have fun dating. Go out and make it fabulous. That is it. So since, you know, the sparrows have gotten pretty quiet out there and we've been yakking for probably almost an hour, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. But like I said, for all of those of you who will be catching, you know, the replay on things, it's a wonderful thing. Those of you who, and I know it's probably going to be quite a few inboxes, some messengers when I get offline because you don't want to talk to me on live. I get that. I do get that. And every week is the same thing. However, get out of that shyness and come on the line, you know. But I will be going back and reviewing any questions that you have. And maybe I'll just answer those without attaching your name to it. I don't have a problem with that at all, as long as your question is getting answered. So maybe I'll just take the questions that you send to me in Messenger and I'll post that in my status. That's what I can do. So I think that's what I will do. However, like I said, if you want to put your name in the entry for the drawing that I'm going to do this week and do the drawing for next week for a 30-minute session, acknowledge here in the room, make sure that you've had some engagement, and share this video. That's it. And that's how I'm going to go about determining who is going to be the winner to get that 30 minutes of one-on-one time with me. Okay? I'm getting tired of talking. I've been talking for a flat hour. Oh my God. So that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I thank each and every one of you for spending time with me and taking a look at yourself when it comes to what your single look like. Do the necessary alterations that you may need. Look at the full picture. What are you bringing? You're asking for things, but what are you actually bringing to the relationship? Where do you see it going? Have you had that conversation here recently? If you've been with someone past a year and you know you had an original conversation before you became in this relationship, it's nice to have that convo every once in a while. Bring it up and talk about it. Make sure you're still on the same path of doing what it is that you know you originally said that you wanted to do in the beginning. Okay? So on that note, I'm going to say smooches to each and every one of you. Love without conditions. Always possess a positive attitude. And soar in all you do. Love you, mean it. Smooches.